Hello, grade 6. Today, we're going to infer the target audience. So, to be able to do that, let us first answer these questions. What is inferring? What is a target audience? When we say audience, to whom do we refer it? So, inferring is when you explain your observation based on reasoning that you already know. Example, the sky is gray. Therefore, it is going to rain. For we all know that when the sky is gray, it is going to rain. Also, to infer is to think beyond the words and pictures. It is also arriving at a conclusion by reasoning from evidence. Example, Antonio was full of mud. Maybe he fell in the swamp on his way here. The speaker saw that Antonio was full of mud, and the speaker knows that there's a swamp nearby. Number 2. Lisa is absent today. I heard she went to her grandmother who is sick. That could be the reason of her absence. So the speaker knows that Lisa went to her grandmother who was sick. Another example is to use the word infer in the sentence per se, like, I inferred from what you said that you have not been well. And by measuring the motion of the galaxies in a cluster, astronomers can infer the cluster's mass. So, what is target audience? It refers to a particular group at which a film, book, advertising campaign is aimed. It is meant for a particular group, like the drivers. The cover commercial is intended for that particular group, which are the drivers. Also, it refers to a group of people who are identified as intended recipient of an advertisement or message. Example is the diaper or formula milk commercial, which targets the mother, young or old, rich or not so rich, even average mothers, as long as the person is with a baby to use the product too. So they are intended for that particular group of people. It is also called target population if the product is intended for many different people of different kind. Also, it is an intended demographic or readers. If there is a specific economic status, age, interest, or bracket whom the commercial is intended to. So authors or advertisements may target audience according to number 1 demographics. This group includes attributes such as age, income, education, and gender. So, demographics is about age, income, education, and gender of the reader or the target audience. Authors should use this demographic to inform, persuade, or entertain. Number 2, after demographic is according to interest. This data is about a person's hobby and passion. Hobby is something that you done during your free time, while passion is you like doing for such a long time and is also a source of your income at times. So after demographic and interest, number 3 is the purchase intention. Audiences are divided into groups of users who look for a specific product. For example, the audience's types are the groups of women in their 20s would most likely to buy trendy bags and shoes, while mothers were to buy milk and or diapers. Men would indulge into sports stuff or liquor and etc. So, to illustrate, these are the demographics and the interest of the target audience and their purpose. So, when writing for a target audience, the writer should keep this in mind. The age of the audience. The age should be considered by the author. With this, the author can easily group the audience's interests and likes based on their age. So, a young reader is different from an old reader. So, the interest is different. Number two is the appropriate tone to take in the writing. If the author knows that the readers are children, he or she will use an age appropriate tone, same as if the readers would be adults. The writer can freely use words that are for the adult's liking. So it is important to know the audience to use appropriate tone in the writing. And number three, the purpose of the paper. So is the paper to educate or to inform or to entertain or for leisure? So, summing it up, when the writer knows the target audience, he or she will shape both the purpose and the tone of the writing to match the audience's needs and expectations. The writer or the author may infer the target audience depending on the demographics, the hobby or the interest, and the purpose of writing. So once a purpose is defined, the author can write something that is intended for a specific audience he or she is aiming to. So with that, you know already how to infer the target audience and the purpose of it so that you will be ready for the next activity. So thank you, good job, and target achieved.